My name is Gavin Schaffer. I'm the university's Director of Graduate Studies. I think the main reason I chose to do a PhD is because I had a hunger to do a particular type of research, and I knew that only the research period of a PhD would enable me to get that research done. I think the second reason, and more practical reason, is because I knew I wanted to have a career in academia, and nowadays if you want to have a career in academia, you really need that level of training. The first thing you get out of doing a PhD is a new level of subject knowledge. So you may learn a lot with a master's or undergraduate degree, but when you're doing the research yourself, you can take your knowledge to a completely different level. The second thing you get out of doing a PhD is an outstanding set of transferable skills. You learn how to operate in a range of terrains, you learn how to operate across a range of different fields and across a lot of different skill sets, and it makes you a completely different kind of potential employee than you would be before doing it. I think the biggest challenge during PhD study is that you've got to motivate yourself. At the end of the day, it's your project and you have to own it. Sometimes it can feel quite isolated and it can be hard to keep going, and I think that's probably the biggest challenge. The first reason to do a PhD is if you're thinking about a career in academia or in science. If you want to have a job in a top university or in a top company, having a PhD separates you from other candidates and demonstrates that you have the kind of research expertise that you are going to need to have a career in one of those areas. The second and perhaps most important of all reasons to do a PhD is because you have a curiosity, a hunger to take on a particular type of research. If you want to do it, it can be a good reason to do a PhD in and of itself. And finally, a PhD gives you a fantastic set of transferable skills that you can take into pretty much any field you can imagine. My top PhD tip is to really scope out before you start a project the supervisor and the supervisory team that you're going to be working with and the research team in the institution that you're going to. A PhD is a big commitment and a long project, and you've got to make sure that everything is right for you before you start.